I'm Dr. Maureen Craig, and this evening we'll be having a more gentle class with a few challenges throughout it. Let's begin on our backs. So please come down into a reclined position. Usually we start class in a seated posture, but tonight I'm bringing us to a reclined posture. So something similar to Shavasana. Take a big breath in and then let it go and feel the body get heavy on the earth. We'll start with our little poem by Wu Men. It says, 10,000 flowers in spring, the moon in autumn, a cool breeze in summer, snow in winter. If your mind is not clouded by unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life. This is the best season of your life. Coming to this moment for you, no place to go, nothing to do but be here and present. Drawing a nice full breath in, letting it go. Counting the inhales to about a count of 4 and the exhales the same. Repeating that cycle. And after a couple breaths, lengthening out the exhales if you can, making them grow to 5 or 6, maybe even as much as 8. Inhaling to a count of 4, exhaling to a count of 5, 6, 7, or 8. Lengthening out the exhale. Finishing the cycle that you're on and taking one more. And returning to a natural breath. Bringing your attention over your heart and setting an intention for your practice this evening. And then gently begin to turn the head from one side to the other, gently stretching the neck. Lift the right hand up and stretch it a little bit over to the left, lengthening the side body. Then bring that arm down and lengthen up through the left side body, reaching with the left arm over to the right. And return the arm to the side. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Hold it in both hands or in the left hand and draw some circles with that knee. And then let it fall out a little bit to the left and across the body, coming into a spinal twist. Reaching that foot out in front of you, the gaze behind you. One breath here. Then gently coming through center, bring the right knee in. Some circles with that knee. And let the right knee fall out to the side. And then across the body. Your gaze out behind you. And gently bringing that back in. We'll roll over onto our right side and come on up to a seated posture. Feeling a little tallness in your spine. Reach your arms out into a T and gently side bend off to the left. Inhale through the center and side bend to the other side. Once more, coming on over, press that hand into the mat, sweep up and over. Inhale as you move, exhale as you press. Inhale, both hands reaching for the sky. Exhale, twist off. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, twist. Lift the back arm up and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, twist. Reach the back arm up and fold. Beautiful. And now we'll come down onto our bottoms for a little core practice here. We'll actually come down onto our elbows. We'll do a horizontal scissor kick here. So feel the heart lift a little bit. Bring your shins up and then push the feet out wide. Bring them back together. Inhale. Exhale as you push them out and wide. Inhale. Hold. 4 more. And again. 3, 2, 1 more. Bring yourself all the way down onto the mat. Keep the left knee up and the right heel long. Cage the ears. On the exhale, bring yourself up, rolling towards that knee. Inhale back. Exhale, crunch it up. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Coming back and switching sides. Exhale. And again. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Rolling over onto your right side, we'll take a side plank. Choosing the side plank that works for you. Placing your elbow down and then folding the knees and coming into a knee side plank, using your hand to support you, or extending your feet out a little bit further and coming into a full side plank. Any way that's right for you. Hold for 5 breaths. Coming on down and then switching over to our other side. And take the same side plank on both sides so that you have a similar experience on regards to the spine strengthening. Holding for 5. And releasing. Bring yourself onto your tummy and we'll start into a seal posture, reaching your arms out at 45-degree angles. Inhale and roll the heart up just a bit, holding a little bit of light pressure on the hands. Then roll your elbows underneath your shoulder points and draw your heart through your biceps here in a Sphinx posture. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Keep the low back comfortable, glutes engaged. Press the hands together, coming into a forearm plank here. So once your arms are into the mat, lift just the hips. That's to keep the low back comfortable. Then tuck your toes, move your knees forward just a little bit, and then lift your hips up. Forearm plank. Take a breath here. Exhale, push up to down dog. Come back to forearm plank. Bring the knees down. chest and chin, or I should say the chest forward in Sphinx. Coming back to forearm plank, lift the hips up, tuck the toes, exhale, dolphin dog. Bring yourself forward to your plank, knees down, and plant your hands where your elbows were. Walk them back underneath the shoulder points. We're coming into our table now. Start with a little cat-cow. Warming up the spine. Inhale, looking forward, tailbone up. Exhale, angry cat, Marjariasana. And then when you're ready, pausing in your table, kick your right heel back, lengthen out through that heel. Left thumb to the sky, strong in your back body, gaze right over the edge of the mat. Inhale, a little lift. Exhale, sweep off center. Inhale long, exhale away. Make it long and away. Bring the left hand down and the ball of the foot down. Get a bit of a calf stretch there. Then spread your hands just a little bit wider. We're going to add a little push up to this. So flatten out the heel or the length of the leg, and then soften the elbows, come down a bit, and lift. 2 more times. Mini push up here. And then kick that heel up, strengthening the glute a little bit. Keep the leg straight, but kick the heel straight up. And release the right leg to the mat. Cleansing breath. Find your table. Push the left heel out. Right thumb to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, sweeping off center, awkward airplane. Inhale forward. Exhale away. Lengthen and sweep. Bring the right hand down. Ball of the foot comes down. Stretch out that calf. The sole of the foot. Feels so good after our feet have been in shoes all day. Then walk the hands forward just a little bit and take your 3 push-ups. Honor your shoulders on that. And then kicking up that back heel, if that's available to you. Keep the foot long, the knee straight, for about 5 pulses. Left knee comes back to the mat. Cleansing breath. Drop your hips back towards child's pose. Crawl the fingers forward a bit. Inhale, floating forward. Exhale, push yourself up to down dog. Pedal out the back of the feet. And then slowly walk your hands towards your feet or your feet towards your hands. Coming to your forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up and release. Beautiful. Okay, we're up on top of our mat now in a standing posture, and we'll begin a little warm up here and a little balance. So we'll take a rising mountain wherever you're standing. Step back with 1 foot as your arms come up. Lift the gaze, exhale, coming back to mountain. Rise up as the other foot steps back. And exhale. Inhale out to a floating star and back. Other side and back. Now let's see if we can float the foot in each direction. Float the right foot back and then the left. Inhale, open in a star and the other side. Again to mountain. And again, and open in a star. This time we'll go a little slower, a little more time on the hold. Inhale up, hold, and release. Inhale up, and hold, and release. Open to floating star and release. And again, and release. Beautiful. All right, let's come to the top of our mat and we'll begin some flow practice. Finding your mountain here, feeling your weight of your body landing in your heels. Inhale, the arms float up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, a half lift and fold. Step back on the right, bring the right knee down. We're going to start with a low lunge, so let your hips sink towards that forward heel and the arms rise up. Modified warrior one. Bring the hands down to the mat, bring them back as you come into that hurdler stretch. Draw the toes back, lengthen the back of that leg. Walk your hands forward, tuck the back toes, coming up to a runner's lunge. Plant the right hand down, come to that fallen cross. Draw that back kneecap up, take 2 or 3 breaths here. Long through the neck. Bring the left hand down, step back for your plank. We're going to change our flow here. Typically we do knees, chest, chin, but I'm going to offer a different one, but you can always do knees, chest, chin as well. So bring your elbows down to where your hands were, forearm plank, knees down. Sphinx posture, drawing the heart through the biceps, lift the heart. Bring the palms together, lift the hips, tuck the toes, forearm plank, and then forearm dog or dolphin dog. Bring yourself back to plank, walk it up to a full plank, down dog. Inhale the right foot up. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Bring that right knee forward behind the wrist. I like to have a block for my pigeon. Slide that shin forward. Keep the ankle flexed and breathe with it. 2 or 3 breaths here. Slide that shin back just a bit as you set your block aside. Frame out your hands. Tuck your back toes. Push to 3-legged dog. Shake it out. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Dragonfly twist. Hand comes down. Step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. And fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up and release. A little empty coat sleeves or loosening your muscles just a little bit with a good vibration or shake. Feels good. Find your mountain posture and we'll take these positions on the other side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold, step back on the left. Come into that modified warrior one here. Exhale, frame the foot, draw that right hip way back, hurdler stretch. A breath or two there, and then walk your hands forward. Plant the hands down as you lift up the back knee, coming into your runner's lunge. Leave the left hand down, rotate the heart, coming to that fallen cross. Keep drawing the left kneecap up the leg. 2 or 3 breaths here. Bring the hand down, step back for your plank. Bring the elbows where the hands are. Forearm plank. Knees down, draw the heart forward into Sphinx, lifting the heart. Hands together. Let's bring our hands right under our shoulder points. Lift the hips up, tuck the toes, come all the way up to down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up, up, up. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Left knee comes behind the left wrist, coming to pigeon on this side. Slide the shin forward. Option to tuck the back toes. Feel that stretch in the outer left hip. And then draw that shin back. We'll return to a three-legged down dog. And then on the exhale, bring that left foot forward between the hands. Taking your dragonfly twist on this side. The left hand comes down, and on the exhale, step to forward fold. A little softness in the knees. Nod the head yes. Maybe side to side. Inhale for a half lift. Lengthen out the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And release. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on to our next practice. Tonight we're going to work a little bit more with the B series. So we'll do Surya Namaskara B, coming to the front of our mat. Finding our mountain posture, feel the weight in your heels. And it'll start kind of like a balance. We'll come into chair first. Take a breath or two in chair. Then bring your hands to the heart. Step back on the right. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 3 more times. Twice more. 1 more time. Bring the hands to frame the foot. Step back to your plank. We're going to continue with our Sphinx inspired flow. So bring your elbows down, coming to a forearm plank. Knees come down. Roll the hips down as you bring your heart forward into Sphinx. Take a breath in Sphinx. Put the hands under the shoulder points. Lift the hips. Push them back. Downward dog. Inhale, we'll lift the left foot up. Bend the knee and stack the hips. And bring that left foot forward between the hands. We're in a runner's lunge here, 2 lanes of traffic. We want to rise up to crescent lunge. So you can come directly from runner's lunge up to crescent lunge, holding a focus point. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Drop the back heel, warrior 1. Lift the heart a little. Temple fingers is an option. Now we're going to open into warrior 2. To open into warrior 2, heel toe the front foot over, the back toes out to 3 o'clock, and then reach your arms far apart, parallel with the earth. Breathing. Feel the core engage with the exhales. Draw the pelvic floor in. Coming to reverse warrior. And then gently bring that elbow down to the knee. Extended side angle. Bring the arm over the ear. Stay soft on that front knee and keep the knee right over the ankle. Beautiful. Lift the hips up, turn the feet to the long edge of the mat. Push the tailbone back as you fold forward for a good stretch in the hamstrings. Hands down to the mat. And then gently walk your hands up to the top of your mat. Step the left foot back, and we'll take another flow here. So place your elbows where your hands are. Roll the knees down, the hips down, the heart forward, coming to Sphinx, hands forward. A breath here. Slide the hands into the position under the shoulders, tuck your toes, lift the hips back, down dog. Inhale the right foot up, lift it high. Bring the right foot forward, coming to your runner's lunge. 2 lanes of traffic. Press the feet away as you hold a focus point, lifting into your crescent lunge. 3 breaths. Dropping into warrior 1. The back heel drops and your arms come into temple, perhaps lifting the heart a little. Draw the navel in and up with exhale. Now we're opening into warrior 2. So the back toes turn to 9 o'clock. Move that front foot over so you have heel arch alignment. The front heel intersecting the line of the back foot's arch. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Lower the hips. Keep that front knee right over the ankle. Rotate that front palm up, coming to reverse warrior. Pull that pelvic floor in with the exhale. Gently in control, bring that elbow to the knee. The top arm comes straight up. Feel it grow long and up over the ear. Use the exhales to engage the core. Floating back up. Turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. Press into the tops of the thighs and forward fold in this straddle. Gently walk your hands to the top of the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Ready for our flow here. Option to take your regular flow or continue with this Sphinx-inspired flow. Coming onto your elbows, forearm plank. The knees come down. Roll the heart forward between the biceps, Sphinx posture. Slide the hands under the shoulder points. Push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Lift up onto your heels and exhale them down or pedal them out one at a time. With the next inhale, looking between the thumbs, and on the exhale, stepping or hopping forward. Forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Soften the hips and the knees and return to your chair. 2 or 3 breaths in chair. Bring the hands to the heart and splash it up and out. Releasing, letting go of any tension. Beautiful. All right. Well, we'll take another B series flow, similar but having just a few differences. So find your way to the top of your mat. Take a cleansing breath or two, perhaps bringing your attention back into your attention and feeling your physical body presence on the mat. Reach back a little bit and then sweep into your chair. This time we'll step back on the other side. Bring your hands to your heart. Step back on the left. Inhale it forward. And again, each time you can go a little deeper perhaps. Going to go for 5 times, so 2 more. Last one. Bring the hands down to frame the foot. Step back for your plank. Holding plank for a breath. And then bringing your elbows down for forearm plank. Out breath. Knees, roll the body forward. Sphinx posture. Hands under shoulder points, lift the hips. Push back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up. Bend the knee and stack the hips. Bring that left foot forward between the hands. We're going to come up to a crescent lunge. And you can do that directly, or I'm going to show you another option. So bringing the back knee down. This may be more accessible. We're actually going to do a prayer twist as well. But you don't have to. You can just come up to straight crescent lunge. So coming from your low lunge here, just tuck the back toes and lift up to crescent. Or in the case of if you want to try the prayer twist, take your right elbow across the left knee, come into your prayer twist, and then lift the back knee, and you're there. Taking 2 or 3 breaths in crescent lunge or prayer twist, whichever you're in. Now we're going to come to a reversing our warrior. So drop the back heel and float both hands up and over, looking at your back heel. Draw that kneecap up. Check in with the front knee, making sure it's right over the ankle. Gently straightening that front leg. Reverse triangle. Lift the hands up to the sky. And option to lift the front toes. And then float it back down to warrior 2. Arms right out parallel. Feeling the strength of this posture and the serenity here. 3 breaths. Engage that pelvic floor. With each exhale. And gently windmilling the hands. Bring them down to the mat. Step back for your plank. Take a breath. Transition to the forearm plank. Take a breath. Roll the knees, hips down, the chest forward, Sphinx. Slide the hands under the shoulders. Push it on up, downward facing dog. Lift the right foot up. Nice and high, bend the knee. Step it forward between your hands. Now again, we're going to come up into crescent lunge and then a prayer twist. So your option of coming straight on up and then taking the prayer twist, or starting with the knee down. I find I can get my prayer twist a little deeper when I start with my knee down, because I can work on getting that elbow over the knee, coming into that prayer twist, then finding my steadiness and holding a focus as I lift up into prayer twist. Drawing that back kneecap up, and now reversing the warrior. So drop the back heel, sweep your hands to the back. Reversing that warrior, beautiful. 2 or 3 breaths here in reverse warrior. Straighten that front knee, reverse triangle, reach for the sky. Engage the abdomen, the core, the floor of the pelvis with each exhale. Option to lift up on that front heel, toes up. Land the foot, coming to warrior 2. So we want to have one lane of traffic. Roll your thumbs back, squeeze your shoulder blades a bit. See if it feels comfortable to lower your hips a bit. Find your serenity in this beautiful warrior pose. 2 or 3 breaths here. And then with intention, windmilling the hands to the mat. Step back for your plank. Coming into forearm plank. The knees and hips roll the body down and forward into our Sphinx posture. Slide the hands under the shoulder points, tuck the toes, push it up, down dog. Taking 2 or 3 breaths here in down dog. Option to sway the hips a little bit, lengthen out the side body. On the next inhale, looking between the thumbs, and on the exhale, stepping forward. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Soften the hips and knees, reach behind you. Rising up, coming into your chair. Hands to the heart, lower the hips, and splash it up and out. Release. Beautiful. All right, well, let's move back into our mountain. We'll come into more of our core practice again as we transition. Finding your mountain, take a breath and release. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a half lift. And fold, stepping out to plank. Holding plank for a breath. Option to float one foot. Push it up to 3-legged down dog. Return to 3-legged plank. Switch the footing. Push it up, 3-legged down dog. Coming back down to plank. Holding for 5 breaths. Don't let the low back sway. Two more. Push to downward facing dog, cleansing breath. Return to plank, 5 breaths. Keep the neck long. One more breath. Bring the knees down. Walk the knees forward. And then bring your hips down. We'll come into our boat posture, Navasana. So find that soft spot on your bottom. Lift the heart, the shins staying here, or releasing the feet and the hands and breathing for 3, 2, 1. Bring the heels in, and let's bring our hips forward. We're going to come down for a bridge now as a counter pose to our Navasana. Land the heels, take a breath into the belly. Exhale, push the small of the back down and begin to roll the spine up. Draw the knees a little bit towards each other. Lengthen out the neck by lifting the chin. Push into the heels and shoulders and breathe. One more breath. Gently unwind the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting the heels and drawing the tailbone towards the heels. Then place your hands at the base of your thighs. Use your elbows to roll back up into your Navasana, boat posture. Let's take 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the heels in. Let yourself down for a bridge. Heels come behind the glutes. Roll the shoulders under. Option to grab the sides of your mat as you squeeze your glutes and get yourself up into your bridge posture. Breathing. Lift the heels and slide your bottom towards your heels. Hands at the base of your thighs. We'll roll up for our final Navasana. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring the heels in and bring yourself down onto your mat. Cleansing breath here. Plant the heels, roll up into your bridge. Take a handful of breaths here. Gently unwind the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring your arms into cactus, shins into tabletop, and then gently let the knees drift off a little to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Keep your core strong as you move your legs, engaged. Sweeping them back and forth with the breath. Exhale into the work. One more time each side. Bring them back to the center. Bring the left knee in, let the right heel go long. Walk your hands up the back of that leg, circles with the ankle, and then bring that ankle across the right knee and take eye of the needle. Hands behind the thigh of the right leg as you draw the right knee towards you. The left elbow goes into the left thigh and pushes it away. Rocking a little bit to the right will intensify the stretch. Keep your left ankle flexed. And gently let that foot off the knee. Bring the right knee in as the left leg goes long. Walk your hands up the back of the right leg. Let the right ankle come across the left knee. Slide your hands around the back of the left thigh. Right elbow into the right thigh and the right ankle flexed. Eye of the needle. Draw that left knee in and rock a little bit off to the left. Breathing. And gently releasing. Bring your block along with you now. We'll slide it underneath the hips. So we take a bit of a restorative posture called legs up the wall. When your sacrum is steady on it, let your feet and your knees come up. Float the heels up to the sky. Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. Let the heels drift apart if that feels comfortable for you. Option to make some circles with the ankles, wiggle your toes, or just be still. But breathe, make sure you're breathing. With the next exhale, bring your heels back together. And then the knees in towards the chest. Option to cross your ankles. And letting your heels land. Bridge up and slide the block out from underneath you. Put your hands on your knees and draw some circles with the knees, going from hip to hip. And then letting the feet come down behind the glutes and letting the soles of the feet come together. We're going to take a floating goddess. Now, not everybody's knees falls apart completely. Sometimes your knees will still be floating. You can place a block under the sides of your thighs if you'd like to help support the thighs. And then arms in cactus. Taking a breath or two here. And then our final resting posture will be Shavasana. But I'm going to encourage you, if you have a chair in your house, that you consider doing a version of legs up the wall for your Shavasana. So I'm just going to use my chair here, placing it at the end of my mat. And then bring yourself up relatively close to the chair so that your calves can rest on the chair. This is a great restorative posture. Letting the arms rest alongside the body. Take a nice full breath in and a long exhale. Another breath like that, full breath in. And a long releasing exhale. Letting the brow soften. Letting yourself arrive. Your eyes soften. The cheeks. Unhinging the jaw of the face. And letting your tongue be thick in your mouth. Your shoulders and arms can become heavy. And the back body, feeling the support of the earth underneath you, holding you, lifting you. Letting the hips be heavy and the legs. Relaxed and releasing all the way through the toes. Bringing the attention to the low belly and feeling the breath in the belly. Filling and falling. Letting the breath nourish you. Bringing the attention over the heart and just resting with your breath. Begin to deepen your breath a bit more. "10,000 flowers in spring, the moon in autumn, a cool breeze in summer, snow in winter." If your mind is not clouded by unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life. Finding movement or stillness, whatever is right for you. Moving fingers and toes, the wrists, the ankles. Lengthening out in a stretch, or comforting the low back by drawing the knees in. And when you're ready, bringing yourself up to a seated posture so we can close our practice time together. Bringing your hands to prayer. Thank you for your practice and for joining me this evening. May you have a beautiful week. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Namaste. Thank you, friends. So glad you joined. I hope you have a beautiful week.